talk today about my first company, Roxbox, which did jewelry rental by the mail. And so at Roxbox, right, people would borrow jewelry from us, would wear it as long as they want, and then they would send it back. And when they sent it back, we would send them new pieces of jewelry right away. So it was sort of like Netflix, where you just constantly had a supply of jewelry from us. Now, I'm really into product market fit, finding customer feedback, like making sure I build a product that people really, really love, being customer obsessed. And so I track all the normal metrics to do that, which is our customer support tickets, what people say about us on social media, our NPS survey results, everything like that. And when you examine this portfolio, the number one issue that Roxbox had, you can probably guess, it was our shipping time. Like, people just wanted the jewelry faster. It took too long in between sending back your old box and getting your next box. So, I'm an engineer, can solve this problem. And I set up a whole dashboard, right? Here's our average shipping time. When I started, our average shipping time was just under 5 days, maybe like 4.5 days. And I started working on a whole bunch of different initiatives to get that average shipping time down and try and see if it had an impact on our NPS score and our customer satisfaction broadly. As part of this, this is the era of like Postmates had recently launched, and there was all these like same day delivery services and couriers. I thought it would be a slam dunk to do same day delivery in one city. And so we were doing our fulfillment out of downtown San Francisco. And so our warehouse is there. It's actually quite easy to do these kind of like same day thing. And so I came up with this very unsophisticated system to do same day delivery, which for the most part was yours truly, like walking around San Francisco, delivering Roxbox shipments into people's apartment buildings and their office lobbies and different places. And so we would actually see the time when their return shipment was scanned in the mail, and then we would immediately like come up with their next piece of jewelry and then get it to them that same day. So I was excited. I did this pilot. We did maybe about 50 shipments per day for about a week. And then it's basically all I did that week because we didn't have any of the operational processes set up to support that. And then the next week, I was really excited to dig in and see what the customer feedback was and if people were much happier. And when on my dashboard, my stats were down, right? So because I had gotten 50 people down to 1 day or less when our average was like 5 days before, it really pulled down our average. So my dashboard was looking really good. What I found though, when I started calling people up on the phone and asking people about their experience, is that everyone hated it, right? So there's a couple different problems. Like, one, they didn't like that it didn't come in the normal way. They have all these processes set up to get USPS shipments. And if I just show up in their office or in their apartment building, they don't have a process to accept packages like that. And it causes problems. Two, a lot of them said the jewelry got in there too fast, that they had sent back the jewelry because they were sort of like done wearing jewelry all the time, and that to get immediately it didn't give them like enough of a break. And so, and I got these like comments like again and again and again. And I was like, wow, okay, well, this was wildly expensive and people don't like it. So I'm definitely not going to continue doing this. And my dashboard looked really good. So I was really bummed about this and I was trying to figure it out. And I was feeling somewhat dejected, but my learning on the other side of this was that shipping time was our number one thing that people were complaining about with Roxbox. It was important to fix it, but that I had chosen a pretty rough and naive way to measure shipping time. So when I really went back to the data and I connected all of our shipping time metrics with customer satisfaction, what I found is that it wasn't that faster was necessarily better. Instead, our shipping times really exhibited like a threshold-like behavior. So basically, if you got your shipment in less than 3 days, then people were happy. Any faster than 3 days didn't increase their happiness at all, but any slower, for every day slower than 3 days, it would like fall off a cliff. And so I changed my KPIs. Instead of looking at average shipping time, I looked at the percentage of our shipments that were delivered within 3 days. And that really changed my strategy for how to approach the problem. Instead of doing these same day shipments and trying to get things to people as fast as possible, I looked at the really long outliers and I looked at the like 4, 5, 6, 7 days and adjusted what I could to get them in under 3 days. which is when we did see customer satisfaction go up. So that's my story. How am I for time, Katrin?